It starts silently. You lie down hoping for a full night of rest, but like clockwork, at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock a.m., your bladder forces you awake. You drag yourself out of bed exhausted, foggy, and irritable, telling yourself the same old lie. It's just part of getting older. But as a urologist, I need you to hear this. Aging is not the primary culprit here. The real enemy is your evening routine. I see thousands of men over 40 who are unknowingly sabotaging their own prostate and bladder health with habits they think are normal or even healthy. Drinking that extra glass of water to stay hydrated, having a nightcap to relax, or forcing yourself to push out one last drop just in case. These innocent-looking habits are actually creating a vicious cycle. They overstimulate your kidneys, fragment your deep sleep, and directly suppress your testosterone production. You're essentially training your body to wake up. In this video, I am going to expose the specific things every man needs to stop doing immediately before bed. These are the hidden traps accelerating your bladder's decline. More importantly, I'll show you exactly what to replace them with, so you can stop the nightly interruption and reclaim your energy starting tonight. Let's start with the most common saboteur, the fluid cutoff failure. Many men think, I'll just have a little sip so I'm not thirsty. But biologically, timing matters far more than volume. When you drink fluids within 2 hours of bed, you are loading your kidneys right before they are supposed to rest. This forces them to continue filtering blood at high speed while you are trying to sleep, guaranteeing a wake-up call at 2 a.m. But it's not just water, it's the type of fluid that destroys you. Alcohol is a double agent. It helps you fall asleep, but as it metabolizes, it becomes a powerful diuretic that fragments your sleep cycle and irritates the bladder lining. Caffeine from tea or soda is a direct stimulant, keeping the bladder active when it should be relaxed. And here's a detail 90% of men overlook: temperature. Gulping down ice-cold water before bed creates a thermal shock in the stomach that can trigger reflex bladder contractions, signaling an urge to go even if you aren't full. The fix is simple but strict. Implement a 2-hour fluid ban before sleep. Front-load your hydration earlier in the day. But I hear the objection already. Dr. Emily, what if my throat is parched? What if I get thirsty? Stay with me. At the end of this video, I will show you a specific dry mouth hack to manage thirst without stressing your bladder. This brings us to the most dangerous mindset of all, the empty tank fallacy. You stand there with one goal: to squeeze every last drop out by brute force so you won't wake up. It sounds logical, but biologically, it is a disaster. Here's why. To urinate, your pelvic floor muscles must relax and open. But when you strain and tighten your abs too, push, you inadvertently tighten those same pelvic muscles. You're fighting your own anatomy, trying to force fluid through a tense, closed door. This power voiding creates massive intra-abdominal pressure that compresses the prostate and actually traps urine inside, leading to dribbling and that frustrating stop and start stream. You think you are emptying the tank, but you are actually damaging the pump. So tonight, change your strategy. Stop pushing. Instead, use the double voiding technique. Urinate naturally, relax, brush your teeth for 30 seconds to let the bladder muscle reset, and then try again without straining. Let gravity do the work. This simple shift trains your bladder to empty completely without the trauma. Now that we've fixed the mechanics, let's talk about the invisible enemy entering your brain right before you close your eyes, something that keeps your kidneys active even when you are asleep. This leads us to the silent assassin of sleep, the doom scrolling loop. You think checking your phone helps you relax, but biologically, you are hitting the gas pedal. The blue light from your screen suppresses melatonin, locking your brain in a state of light, fragmented sleep. Here's why that matters for your bladder. During deep sleep, your brain creates a sensory gate that blocks out mild signals from the bladder. But when you are in light sleep, that gate swings open. You become hyper-aware of every single drop, waking up for an urge that a deep sleeper would have slept right through. Furthermore, the content you consume, news, work emails, intense videos, spikes your cortisol and adrenaline. Look at this diagram. Your bladder is directly wired to your nervous system. When stress hormones remain high, they tighten the pelvic floor and put the bladder nerves on high alert. This is why you feel that desperate need to go again just 10 minutes after lying down, even though you are empty. It's not volume, it's anxiety. To fix this, you need a digital sunset. Turn off screens 30 minutes before bed, Replace the stimulation with slow breathing or a warm shower to cool down your nervous system. You will be shocked to discover that when your mind settles, your bladder settles with it. And that brings us to the final promise I made. How do you handle thirst without ruining your night? Here's the bottom line. Your body was not designed to lose sleep because of your bladder. Don't normalize the struggle. Tonight, I want you to initiate a 7-day bladder reset. Remember the 3 rules. No fluids 2 hours before bed, absolutely no power voiding to force an empty tank, and leave the phone and the stress outside the bedroom. Now, regarding that promise about thirst, if your mouth feels dry at night, do not reach for the glass. Instead, use the swish and spit technique. Rinse your mouth with cold water and spit it out, or suck on a single small ice chip. This tricks your brain into feeling hydrated without adding volume to your bladder. You are retraining your body to understand one command. Nighttime is for rest, not for processing. Try this for just 1 week. Most men are shocked that within 7 days, the 3 a.m. wake-up call disappears, and they wake up feeling recharged. But there is a twist. You might be fixing your nights, but are unknowingly ruining your prostate the moment you wake up? There is a specific morning habit that quietly accelerates prostate growth, one that millions of men do immediately after getting out of bed. If you want me to expose this morning mistake in the next video, comment the word morning down below right now. Subscribe so you don't miss that alert, because fixing your night is only half the battle. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I'll see you in the next one.